This week's episode of the House of Lords podcast has been brought to you by
us.
Yes, it's brought to you by us. So if you would like to help us sustain this podcast and grow this podcast, here's a few great ways you can do so.
You could share the link to our podcast on your social medias. Let it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even MySpace if you're feeling nostalgic.
Yeah, use the hashtag BlurredPod. That's our hashtag. You can join the conversations that we're having. Let us know what you think about the things that we're talking about. On Twitter, you can use the hashtag PodIn. That's a now listening hashtag. Those other people know what you're listening to, as well as a great way to find other podcasts by creators of color. If you want to step it up a little bit and you want to help us out financially, you can check out our Patreon, located at patreon.com/House of Blurreds. We keep it simple. There, you can donate as little as $1 a month, up to even more, whatever you're so inclined to do. There's some great giveaways on there, depending on the different tier levels. Definitely check it out.
Or if you're not too big on commitment, you can visit our PayPal at House of Blurreds, and you can just hit us with a one-time donation because anything counts.
Yes, every dollar counts. Any notes that are left with those donations, be it on Patreon or on PayPal, will be read out on the show. So we'll definitely give you a shout out because we greatly appreciate it. Again, thanks for listening. Now back to the show. Welcome to this week's episode of There'll Be Spoilers, presented by the House of Lords podcast. We are your hosts. This is Nicole, and today we've got Mo here.
Hello.
And just Mo, because Armani has become a White Walker and is down. So she will not be joining us this episode. We are going to be covering Season 8, Episode 1, Winterfell.
Oh, that's the name of it? Because, yeah.
Yes, it actually didn't populate until like later on that night.
Okay, yeah. I still didn't go check.
Yeah, because at first I was like, wait, what the fuck is the name of this episode?
The name of the episode was 68.
Yeah, for real. And that's actually what the bonus, like there's a bonus kind of like making of little video on HBO Go as well. And that's what that was listed as, like behind 68 for. Actually, that's what it said this morning when I watched it. So we jump in and we've got the Unsullied at Wintertown.
Well, let me ask you this before we start.
Okay.
How did you feel?
Oh, man. I had a whole
real emotions, real feelings.
I had a lot of emotions throughout the course of the episode. I was excited as fuck. I was like, yo, we're back. As soon as I seen out the gate, brand new like opening sequence, I was like, okay, we here. And I was excited. Now, I can't necessarily say I was as excited come the end of the episode. I still have a whole lot of just mixed feelings about it. How did you feel?
You just want to keep it a buck?
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Of course.
Disappointed not because stuff didn't happen. We already talked about it, and we didn't expect like a war to happen in the beginning of the episode. But there were so many other things they could have tied into the storyline to bring in things that we've been waiting to see, or what, I'm just saying, just things in general that y'all could have did in episode 1, got it out the way, and then continued how the Battle of Winterfell was going to come. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I really felt like leaving that episode, we got Sam telling Jon his true lineage, Sansa being stank with Daenerys, and Bran staring at everybody.
So
which
pretty
mean gold, but like literally the only real thing of substance we got out of the episode was Sam telling Jon his lineage. No reaction to his lineage, he was just like trying to be, he was shocked, but like no give me his reaction. That obviously we're gonna get that in episode 2, like what happens. But you can't continue to drag on something when it's only 5 episodes. Like, what are we doing?
That was my main thing at the end of this as well. Is we've only got 5 episodes. They're not the longest episodes in the world. So yeah,
mad rush, just like you said.
I walked away from this episode feeling like the Night King's gonna win. It's just he's gonna win because this shit is just it's too much shit to do for him like to not win. Although I have some theories, but Dany and all her folk arrive at Winterfell. Right off the gate, Bran's like, we ain't got time for this bullshit.
We ain't got time for this. Your dragon is dead. The Night King got him. Link up, meet up, get in the hall.
So we had joked about the possibility of Bran breaking that news to Dany or how Dany was gonna get that news.
Oh, it was great. I'm not even gonna lie. I like that. He was just like, yo, we ain't got time for this shit.
Yo, we gave Robot Bran so much shit over the course of this podcast. Literally,
we have literally slaughtered Bran and his podness and his super boring, super monotone. But I don't know what's happening these 2 years. Bran, like you said, Bran stole the show in this episode. The show was hilarious.
He did. Bran definitely stole the show. Jon and Arya was the other thing that I think we've been waiting since the first season. Like that has been the one thing that everyone has been waiting to see, the one reunion, because they said they tried not to make this a reunion episode, although it definitely felt like a reunion episode, because literally that's what it was. Let's call it, you could say they tried to not to do that all they want to, but literally that's what it was. It was a reunion show, and the only one we really were looking for, I won't say the only one, because really kind of watching episodes 6 and 7 back, Arya and Jon definitely wanted that. That needed to happen. Arya and the Hound, that one was one we were looking forward to. I didn't realize how much I wanted Arya and Gendry back together until that happened.
Me either.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay.
I forgot about that.
Yes, and then of course, now all of the memes and the things coming, going back to Robert and Ned with those comments, him saying he's got a son, he's got a daughter.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like, man, only if Maisie Williams was like a foot taller, this wouldn't look so awesome. She's
still really, really short.
Yeah, so she still looks really young, even though, she's supposed to be 18 at this point, and I think she's like 18 in real life, but just her being so little, like, next to him, it just still looks kind of odd. But we get Cersei getting the news, the dead got through the wall, and she's like, good.
Okay.
And Qyburn kind of looking like, what you mean? Okay, like, it's not okay. He seems kind of befuddled at this point. We get Yara's alive, because Euron's keeping her on the boat, so we see that.
I was mad about that shit too.
I thought that was going to be an episode 2 thing. Like, I figured we wouldn't see it happen until like episode 2, but I'm kind of glad they got it out of the way quickly, because that is truthfully one of the things we really didn't give a shit about. Like Theon, we gave it the shit about Theon getting Yara, but I'm glad it didn't turn into like a 10.
It was a 3-second rescue.
Yeah.
What?
And I'm okay with that, because
I wasn't expecting a battle, but I wasn't expecting a 3-second rescue.
He snuck in, got his sister off the boat,
and now she's just on the ship, controlling shit again. Like, okay.
And they got 3 boats.
I guess.
Yeah, they had 3 boats. So they had people laying in the cut somewhere, and Theon wants to go fight with the Starks, which makes sense that he wants to redeem himself for shitting on Robb and turning on Robb. And Yara's like, go ahead and do your thing. Do what you got to do. Which, honestly, is truthfully a good idea for her to go back to the Iron Islands, because when they lose the Battle of Winterfell, there's not going to be anywhere on land they can reach that. They're going to have to.
That was a good point that she said in the show. They got to go somewhere.
So,
you know who? I told you my top 5 characters that I like. Sunday kind of stapled my dark horse as a favorite. Not top 5, but a favorite. Like, I already liked her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stapled her. Like, we need to give her flowers while she's still here. Little 7.5-year-old Lyanna Mormont is the dopest.
Yeah, she's still on her shit. And it's clear because the show's been gone for so long. Like, she's grown up in real life, but they still try to make her look like not that much time has passed.
You know what's the crazy thing? I would just going on a deep dive in the internet, just on some Game of Thrones shit, I found out that like she was supposed to be on one episode.
Not surprising.
Yeah, she was scheduled to be on one episode. They liked her so much that she became a recurring character. She was supposed to be on the episode when John went to go. Was she on before? She was on before, right?
I mean, no. I think that first one was when John when they went to Bear Island to recruit people.
To recruit people. Yeah, that was supposed to be it. And everything after that was her killing that role, that part, that scene. They kept her as a recurring character.
Yeah,
now you see in like season 6 and 7, she's in like every other episode.
Even if she's just hanging out mean mugging people,
yep.
It works. So Cersei didn't get her elephants. She was mad about not getting elephants, and I was thinking like, where the fuck were they gonna put elephants on them boats anyway? Like them boats wasn't about the whole like no elephants, not no substantial number of elephants anyway. Like
elephant lean to the side and it's over for that boat.
Exactly. So like that wasn't even a good idea in the first place. But she was legit. She was big mad that she didn't get no fucking elephants. Bran of the Blackwater is not having a good time at all.
What kind of job is that? That sucks.
The fact that Cersei sent Pycelle to him with the Qyburn, with the task of taking out not one but both of her traitor brothers.
That he's cool with. He's cool with both. He's very cool with both of them.
For Cersei to fucking think for a second that Bran was going to be like, okay,
yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
But
like,
he knows, I'm sure it's going to have to be a now Bran, because we've seen the previews. Like, Bran's got to go to Winterfell and team up with Jaime.
Yep.
And Tyrion, because, like I said, we've seen the previews, and he knew he had to get out of King's Landing, because you know what time it is.
Yeah, shit's about to
you say no when you stay in King's Landing, it's over for you.
Yeah, there's no staying, if that's the case. And then Euron makes his move on Cersei again, and finally she gives in. Now, the interesting thing about this scene was the fact that Cersei was drinking again. She hadn't been drinking since she told them last season that she was pregnant, but she's got a big-ass glass of wine in her hand, and she's drinking. Mm-hmm. And when Euron made that comment about, I'm going to put a prince in your belly, she looked like she's about to start crying. So either A, she was pregnant and she ain't no more, or she was just never pregnant. It's interesting to see what her plans are, because I think she knows that she cannot realistically keep fucking Euron around, because Euron will probably slit her throat in her sleep. Like,
yeah, but then again, the Golden Company was Cersei's. Euron just transported him over.
True, but if she took him seriously and like actually like made him king and like had her by his side, he wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like he would try to, like they would have to, one of them would have to go. You couldn't have the two of them ruling side by side, because Cersei would want full control and Euron is gonna want the spotlight.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and Euron is a psycho.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I got a sister. We see Varys and Davos. Finally, it's said that Jon and Dany should wed. Like that should be a good idea. If the kingdom or the realms were finally ruled by a good, honorable queen and a good, just woman and an honorable man.
Ew.
Whew, that ain't happening. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen. We don't know.
We don't know, but you're right. Like that. That's why I like when Jon got told what was up. Like Sam made a great point.
We're gonna deep dive into that Sam Jon conversation here in a second. So the dragons are eating, and then we get this Aladdin scene with Dany and Jon riding dragons.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So. You knew it was coming, but they did it extremely cheesy.
They did, and second to Bran stealing the show was Drogon. Because look on Drogon's face when they were at that waterfall. Like, excuse me. Like, I'm watching you.
I'm staring you down.
That was a cute scene. That was the first time we've really gotten close up, like real emotional, like the dragons, like emoting. So that was good. That was cute. I was alright with it. Let's see. Arya and the Hound, Arya and Gendry. We already kind of covered that. The Glovers turned tail.
We did not cover what the fuck weapon was she trying to get him to make.
That's a good fucking question. It looked like it was almost like a staff with
dragon
glass on the end. Yeah, because it looked like it had a little bit of length to it. So maybe she's trying to make a, like, just kind of distance. So like maybe like a sword or kind of like what the sand snakes use, like what the one had where it had like that staff with the knife on the ends, but with dragon glass on it.
Man, y'all just need to get busy like Darth Maul and put a staff with 2 dragon glass ends. And
I feel like that's kind of what that's probably going to end up being. Something very.
She come with the double-edged dragon glass sword and be in that bitch working like Darth Maul. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm gonna just let you know right now. I'm losing my mind. And Arya, it's already like 1A and 1B with Daenerys. Like, you already still my number 1 favorite. But Dany is Bae. Arya will be like 1-1-1-1-1 by herself. If she and you know she's gonna do work, even if she dies, which I hope she doesn't, but she gonna take out a few niggas.
Yeah, nah, she definitely gonna do some work while she's with that. Because Gendry gonna make it for her, because that's his lady.
That shit gonna come out so clean too.
Yeah, it is. They sent little Ned Umber to go get his people, because they're like, why aren't they here already? Now, talking about locations. So we looked at a map. You've got Eastwatch to the far east, just north of Winterfell. Just south of Eastwatch is Half Hearth. That is where the Umbers were at. So that is the first major castle in between the White Walkers or the Night King and Winterfell, which once we get god damn it, Tormund. Tormund is with Beric, and they made it off of the wall, and they're coming down, and they also meet up with what's left of the Night's Watch. So the question is, where were they at? Because they weren't, like, were they at Half Hearth or like, no, because they made the comment that Half Hearth was in between them, so they hadn't made that far. So it's like, where exactly were they? Were they just at a different section of the wall, maybe?
Right.
I was trying to understand where the fuck that was taking.
I didn't understand that either. I was trying to figure it out.
But it was like, if we ride, we can get to Winterfell probably about the same time or before, the White Walkers get there, which is going to be fucking crazy. Because we see they took out little Ned Umber. And that shit was crazy. Like, legitimately, I wish Armani was here, because we'd watched the episode and then she watched it later. Her reaction to that scene, like, she literally fucking jumped.
Her reaction to what scene?
When that kid came back alive and started yelling.
Oh, you know what the funniest part about it is? It was me and 3 homies in my crib. We was watching it, and
all 3 of y'all jumped like little girls?
No, I called it out because he was dead. There's no burning of the body. Like, once they had talked for a sec, they saw his body, they walked up to him, and then once Tormund walked up and did the turnaround to talk to the Night's Watch, I was like, yo, he about to come back alive. That's literally what I said. I said, that little nigga ain't dead, he about to come back alive. And he was just talking, and a good 10 seconds later, I seen them eyes open, and the bitches was blue. And I was like, I told y'all. Because you've seen the show enough to know that unless that body is decomposed, burnt, or something, like something ain't right. So when he walked up on him and he was just hanging there, and they had that side angle cutscene, I said, that boy ain't dead. What fucked me up was I thought after they killed them and burned them that his screams was gonna call the damn the whites and the White Walkers back to the camp, because you know how when the one screamed when they was beyond the wall and brought the whole damn crew,
Yes.
So that's what I thought when you were screaming. I was like, shut that nigga up. They're about to come back. Like,
that's what I thought too. I thought some were gonna either still be around or they was gonna show back up. I thought that same thing when he started screaming like that too. But rest in peace, poor Ned Umber. And we're gonna assume that probably all of the Umbers are gone. So
and the car starts.
Well, the car starts that got to the castle.
Oh, okay.
Because they got there when Varys and Tyrion were walking, and he told them, he's like, that's the Karstark's banner, and it's one of the better ones. So Alice Karstark had already made it to the castle. So she was there with her people. But the Umbers are gone. The Glovers, once again, fucking turned coat and said they're not coming back. So it's going to be a wrap for them, too, when that shit hits them. We get Sam and Jon. Actually, okay. Wait, did we cover everything else? Oh, no. First, Dany and Sam. So Daenerys meets Sam. She's going.
Oh, that's sad ass fucking scene.
Going to thank him for saving Jorah, and then I hated that was how Sam found out his dad was dead. Like, fuck them maesters, because I said it before. Those fucking maesters should have told him his dad was dead. And it's so fucking that he had to find out like that. Because that just that.
Okay, well, at least my brother's still alive. About that.
Yeah. Not so much there, buddy.
Not so fast.
So I would like to know what the status on. Well, the Tarleys are gonna be somewhere near the Riverlands or somewhere because they were bannermen to the Tyrells. So I guess that house has to be somewhere down in that area. But I would like to know, what's the deal with his mom and his sister now because they're, they're by themselves. So that's gonna be a concern for him. Sam's gonna want to fucking dip out. I'm pretty sure. After it's gonna be like, I gotta go protect like my sister and my mom are like alone now. So that should be a conversation. But now Sam don't like Danny. And he takes, and this is when Bran tells him that, hey, you got to go tell him because, I'm not his brother and he trusts you more than anybody and you should be the one to tell him. And Sam drops that nugget, like Sam tells him and he tells him with that twinge of anger because he's mad at Harris. So it's just like.
He ain't the real ruler. You the real ruler of the 7 bloody effing kingdoms.
Yeah, Aegon the Targaryen, 6 of his name, all that good stuff. You got real titles now. And John's like, no. My dad was the most honorable person I know. Like, yeah, no shit. That's why he kept it a secret because he was trying to, protect you from Robert. And John's just sitting looking like, the way they played that out with John knowing that he wasn't being lied to and, he's going to take it. But my feeling on this is this conversation is going to go, who else knows? And he's going to say just me and Bran. And he was
same thing. And he's going to say, don't tell no. I said the same shit. It stays with us, which it ain't because Bran ain't gonna say shit. I mean, Bran ain't gonna keep quiet. But that's what I said when he said, "Well, Daenerys is our queen." I was like, so this nigga gonna try to keep this shit a secret.
Yep. At least until after the battle, for sure. He's gonna be like, "Look, we'll deal with this after we deal with this, threat. We'll talk about that later." Because he don't want it. Like he doesn't want to be the king of shit. Yeah, he just wants to go sit the fuck still somewhere. But even if the thought had crossed his mind that he was going to be with Daenerys and possibly be her king, like now it's like, yeah, man, we're family. Like he's legitimately going to, like that's going to bother him. I don't think it would bother Dany as much. I don't think Dany probably like, okay, man.
Right, she done got raped and sold and all that shit. She probably going to be upset because she really cares about him. But this is the one I feel like I'm glad that these are 2 sensible people, to normal individuals that once they find out they are related, they're going to stop with the cake smashing and the lovey-dovey, I hope.
But will it be too late? Is Dany already pregnant?
Already pregnant?
Yes, because you got to imagine that they've done it a few times.
Yeah.
So there's that possibility. And then Tormund it ends in the previews for, Bran's little ass been sitting outside for 3 damn days. Hanging out, talking about something he's waiting for an old friend. And then at the end of the episode, we get Jaime rolling up. And he turns around, and Bran's sitting there, and he's the old friend that Bran was waiting for. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting-ass conversation.
It's going to be interesting, but I didn't really care for that.
I think it's going to be one of them things where, like, Jaime should just be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Bran's going to be like, you know what? You are sorry. But at this point, it doesn't matter because everything happens for a reason. And it was destiny. Like, Bran's probably going to go with everything was fucking destined, including you being here. And Jaime's going to be like, oh, okay. And then somebody else going to see him. And I think that's that scene we see with Daenerys telling them, I've heard stories about the Kingslayer who killed my father, and my brother talked about all the things we would do to him. So once Dany gets her hands on Jaime, it might be a slightly different conversation. Although Bran
how though? Yes, he killed his father, but she also knows her father was a fucking psychopath. Yes, you killed him, but you know what I'm saying? There's gotta be a yin and yang to this. Like he killed him because he said he was going to kill everyone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like not he killed him just to say like it's a Tuesday. Let me go ahead and kill the king real quick. No, your dad said burn them all. Men, women, children, dogs, fucking cats. Burn them all. So
yeah,
I'm sure Jaime's gonna repeat that statement. Like, hey, look, I tried to save the city because your dad was going to kill everybody.
That's very true. And I think it'll be Varys who Varys is going to also chime in at that moment. I'm sure Jamie will have backup to why. Okay, slow down. I know you're angry, but shit was going on. So, but yeah, the previews end with Jon being told that the Night King will probably be there before morning. See episode 2. Like, what do we think is going to happen in episode 2?
What I thought was going to happen in episode 1.
Which was what?
Which was they was going to meet and do all this extra shit, and then the Night King was going to pull up with that little horse foot in the snow staring at Winterfell, like right across the way when it's dark.
So you think we're going to get another 58 minutes with no fighting?
I think it's going to be a better tie-in with shit and better lead-in than the first episode, but yes, I think we're going to get another episode with no action. And then just like Armani called it, episode 3, it's going to be an hour and fucking 20 minutes of sadness, of characters dying that we loved for so long, death, despair, another dragon probably fucking dying. I think my dragon deal is Viserion is the one that the Night King got, right?
Yeah.
I think Viserion's gonna kill Rhaegon or one of the two. I think Drogon is obviously gonna be alive because he's the monster, but I think those two dragons are gonna cancel each other out.
I want to know where the fuck is Ghost. Where is motherfucking?
They might be saving Ghost for saving a character situation, like somebody's about to die, and then Ghost does like Summer does and fucking sacrifices himself.
Ghost better not die because I feel like
Ghost is dying. He's the only one left. It's a wrap for Ghost. Just why is it even a question?
No.
You really think Ghost is gonna stay alive? Okay.
And I feel like, and now that we're having this conversation, I feel like Ghost dying could be the true severing of Jon as well. No, because I mean, either way, Jon is still a Stark. Like his mother
Ghost is out of there. If he comes back on the show, at some point you will see a white direwolf.
He better not die. And you know what? And
that is the most certain death of them all. You think Ghost is gonna be the one that lives? Think of how all the other ones died in the weakest ways, especially Summer. Like I gotta say, Bran. Let me jump into a fucking crowd of 30, White Walkers.
How fucked up would it be if he gets eaten by Viserion?
I don't know. I'm not going that deep dive. No, just know he's dead. Like it's just not happening. Now the army. If he's anywhere in the north, chilling or moving around, there's an army of 100,000 and growing, and you expect him to live? I think he's going to die saving a character. It's going to be a miraculous jump out of nowhere situation. Like somebody's about to die, and here comes Ghost to save him, and then he gets clipped.
Yeah, that's going to suck.
I can't believe, of all people, you, even though as much as you love Ghost, don't see this coming. How could you not?
It's called denial.
But I get it. But even then, like, what made you think they're gonna live?
Because Nymeria is still alive.
Because Nymeria is Ghost. Bigger, not literally. Nymeria than Slid. She got her own fucking pack. I got a chance of Nymeria still being alive. Like my Nymeria right run up on niggas with her fucking wolf pack nigga and do work. Especially because she was the biggest one. Nymeria is a fucking monster. Which is crazy.
That's just gonna suck. But it's gonna be so. Episode 3 we're gonna go with is gonna be the Battle of Winterfell. Now we know they're gonna lose the Battle of Winterfell. So all the motherfuckers.
How bad are they going to?
Yeah, because everybody who dies is gonna get resurrected and be part of the Night King's army. Like he's already got the Umbers. He about to get mad fucking unsullied and Dothraki, or at least some, and some other armies with him.
You talking about Ghost Line? That's gonna suck. That's gonna be the one.
So if they fall back,
that's probably how Missandei is gonna die. Grey Worm's gonna get fucking killed, and gonna be just like a girl when she couldn't kill the kids. She's gonna be like, I can't fight Grey Worm because that's bad, and then he's gonna eat her up.
Or vice versa.
Nah, if it's vice versa, he killing her ass. He unsullied nigga.
Nah, but she's her weakness. She's his weakness. He told her that.
He told her that, but not her.
Nah, fuck that, man. The black people gonna live. They gonna survive.
No, it's Game of Thrones, nigga. What kind of shit? Who are you? Who is this fucking optimist that thinks like all these good things are gonna happen now? Like, what's wrong with you?
Man, cause it's just because like at this point, yeah, I just think the pacing is gonna be real shit. We're gonna get a whole other Tony Soprano ending. It's just I don't, you know what?
I don't think we're gonna get that. I don't think we're gonna get that. That was a brutal. But I think we're gonna get some open-ended things to where they're setting it up for the people. It's gonna be like, really, really, motherfucking, this is what we doing.
You know what? Here's what I'm calling is gonna happen at the end. John's gonna die. Daenerys is pregnant. She will sit the Iron Throne and she will give birth to John's child, who will then grow up to inherit the throne. And she will leave. Sansa will become Wardeness of the North, and they will have that connection through John's child. Jon Snow is going to be the one who's going to die. That's what I'm calling.
I don't really care at this point. I just want to know. I just want to know. That's all.
Yeah. Facts. So, yeah, I mean, now we're back to having to wait a whole another fucking week for the show to start. So there's that.
Shit is mad whack.
It is. But now the question, no, we're not going to wait till after Endgame. So next episode, we'll do, obviously, episode 2 of Game of Thrones. And then we'll double back next Friday with the Endgame episode. Because we've got Endgame next week.
We do.
Hey, I'm ready for it. So people are like spoiling, which is, okay, so I don't understand at this point, why Marvel, Disney, the Russo brothers, why are we doing separate premieres still? This shit should just have a single worldwide premiere date. I don't give a fuck what time it is in China, just a single worldwide premiere date. We should not be premiering this ahead of time in other fucking countries anymore, because this shit happens. And now there are legitimate fucking spoilers out there of shit that happens in...
Oh, it's already premiered already overseas?
Yeah. There's actual spoilers online, like, of shit. And evidently it's like screenshots. And I don't know if it's necessarily a premiere or somebody had said something about, because Armani mentioned that there's spoilers of shit that happens on Game of Thrones this season, and it's being leaked by translators, which makes sense because you got to have the movies dubbed. So you've got people, you got to bring in translation companies or people who are translating and doing these dubs for these different countries.
That's why I'm staying offline. I'm mad that I get notifications from this one movie trailer shit on YouTube, and it keeps showing me like these updated Avengers trailers, like new. No, bitch, it's only like 2 trailers. Why do you keep making all these trailers pop up? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, and I got my copy of Entertainment Weekly this week, and I was lucky enough to get the one with Thor on the cover, because I was like, had I got any of the other ones, I probably would have been irritated. But I got the one with Thor on it, so good. But there is a picture inside of it, which I had not seen, because I had not seen, hadn't watched any more trailers, but with all of them in a ship being piloted by, like, Captain Marvel's driving. So, like, they're all in this spaceship.
And right, and that's why I was like, I'm mad that I've seen the trailers, but my deal with the trailers is I'm kind of not invested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've watched them, but then I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to listen to anything. I'm not going to read any articles. I just don't want to deal with, just want to see the shit, to wait my 3 hours, see the ending, and be done with it. Because I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of hearing these Avengers. Same thing with the Game of Thrones. I'm tired of hearing these Avengers plot lines, what people think is going to happen. And, not spoiler alert, but, damn it, what do you call, like, people's guesses and shit?
Theories, fan theories?
Yeah, fan theories left and right. I'm just like, yo, I don't care. Who cares? Can you wait a couple weeks and just wait till the shit comes out? Then all you motherfuckers can be wrong or all you can be right. And, like, what did it accomplish? What did it really accomplish? Seriously.
True.
I'm over it. I just needed to get here already. I'm watching it Thursday. Thank goodness. Get it out the way so I can just not have everybody like, oh my God, and this person died. And I can't believe no, I don't need all of that. Just shut up.
Sure.
Stop with your fan theory. Same thing with Game of Thrones. Like, honestly, at this point, I only really care about who the Night King is. Like, I don't care about who sits on the Iron Throne. I care about if my favorite characters are gonna die and who the fuck is the Night King. That's it. That's all I care about at this point.
Ditto. I can rock with that.
Yeah, like, I don't care about anything else. I'm trying to really think about anything that I'm legitimately invested in the show right now, of wanting to know, and I got nothing. I got nothing, but I don't want this person to die, I don't want that person to die, and who the fuck is the Night King?
And how the fuck are we getting past the Battle of Winterfell?
To me, I don't care. I don't care. I know people are going to die. I know it's not going to be good. We know Winterfell's going to fall. There's no way that the Battle of Winterfell is a win. Is in episode 3, and then now you win and beat 100,000, and now you march on to King's Landing. Like, no, we know it's not happening.
You know what's fucking crazy? Well, no, they wouldn't do that because they said there's like 1 million plus people in King's Landing, in the capital or something like that. Didn't they say something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So they wouldn't like lose the battle.
You said 1 million, give or take.
So they wouldn't lose Winterfell and then just fall back to the island. I was like, fuck it, let the Night King just go down there and do what he's gonna do, and then we'll come back. They're not gonna do that because then the army be like out of control.
Exactly.
But I am holding on to. I think that we will see Dario Naharis ride in with the Second Sons and some shit is going like he gonna sweep in. We ain't seen the last of Dario Naharis.
And do what? What's
Die gracefully?
No.
No. He gonna do something. I think we got more. I mean, we got him. We got the Second Sons. We still have the Dornish army. We still have like there's still armies out there. Like at this point, they've all gotten ravens. The Citadel at this point has gotten a fucking raven, and they're sitting around talking about some fuck that Sam kid was right. So I mean, if Cersei got a raven that they broke through, that means the Citadel knows. That means everyone knows at this point.
I mean, yeah, I feel you. You're right.
Well, we shall see what happens. Any more thoughts on this week's episode?
No, because I just know I'm going to be disappointed again. I'm lowering my expectations. I didn't have high expectations for episode 1. I'm absolutely lowering. But, that being said, I got the highest expectations for episode 3, if episode 2 is what we think it's going to be. If y'all don't come out the gate with the shits in episode 3, I'm low-key just going to let them play out, and then I'll to binge watch them. On like the season finale or some shit. I can't.
You can't do that.
I'm telling you. I'm taking 2 weeks off on the podcast. Episode 3 in with the shits. I'm not watching 4 or 5, and then I'm just gonna watch 4, 5, and 6 that last Sunday.
Okay, so just in case something crazy goes on and you decide to do some crazy shit like that.
I'm telling you, this is a guarantee. I'm telling you. Why is it if I decide? I am telling you, I am expecting normalcy in episode 2. If in episode 3 they do not come with these shits, Nicole, I will not watch week 4 and 5, and I will watch 4, 5, and 6 from like 5:30 to 7 to 8:30, and then I will watch at 9 for the series finale. I'm not doing it. I just need to watch them all together. I'm not gonna watch it week 4 and then hope for something in it. No. I'm just gonna stay off social media with my friends. Don't text me about it. Oh, that happened? Yeah, that's cool. Great.
Hodor is back. He's still alive.
That's fine. Hodor is alive and he murking niggas. Good for Hodor.
So then things you should start watching. So let's talk about this because realistically the show is ending. So things that you should be watching.
Grownish.
The Shy. Have you watched The Shy at all?
Yes.
Okay. Are you caught up on season 2?
No.
Okay, you need to get caught up on season 2 because we might end up adding The Shy to the back end of these podcasts because that show is so damn good for sure. And then I don't know what is starting. Well, okay, before we get on to like what else is going on, because The Shy is amazing. But George Lucas was on the set of Game of Thrones. They said he literally just like told him that he wanted to come by and then showed the fuck up. And on that little behind the scenes thing they showed, George Lucas was like out there and doing shit. So I have no doubt that the battle for Winterfell is going to be fucking epic because George Lucas had his hands in it. It can't not be epic. But yeah, we'll see. So what else are you watching? You know what? Okay, so here's some other suggestions of things that people should watch. Obviously, The Shy. Black Summer, if you want a good zombie show or movie, is good. It's short. That's good. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. Silence was decent on Netflix. This is what I've been doing with my day off. All right, well, then
come with the shits.
On the next episode, we will be prepared for an okay episode. And then we will be preparing for greatness because we're not preparing for anything great for next episode.
Nope.
Okay. So then next episode we will cover episode 2, season 8, whatever the fuck the name is. So until then, take care of yourselves and be good to each other.